Good afternoon, good evening, this is John Paul Wright. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. I never actually got into Rogue One in detail, what I like, what I didn't like. I think most of you guys out there did like Rogue One. I did too. I had a few issues with it, but the issues weren't really about story, character, cringy stuff. They were more about actually the movie making itself and what could have been better. So first, let me get into what I didn't like, and it's not really like a dislike, so to speak. It's the CGI Tarkin. I think, of course, it probably bothered everybody, and it wasn't that it bothered me that Tarkin was in it. I'm happy they had a CGI Tarkin, but the way they handled it wasn't so good. I think they could have had a little bit more shots from behind, shots from afar, and just have him kind of come in once in a while. They really got close up on his face, and it really hurt the whole mood and the whole belief of him being there. What they really should have done was had Vader be the main man on the villain side like Tarkin was and Krennic was, and not have Vader have like a minute and a half in the movie. Because the thing is, no one's getting bored of Vader. We haven't had Vader in a movie between, I guess, like literally 3 seconds at the end of the prequels to Rogue One was like 15 years or something like that, whatever it was. And they're scared that we're gonna get tired of too much Vader in the first movie he's been in 15 years. Sorry, man, that's a terrible, terrible call. You know, on whoever made that call, terrible call. More Vader would have been much, much better in Rogue One. I can't necessarily say that's something I didn't like about the movie, because it's something that just wasn't there, but, you know, I think that would have been great. And in the scene, I think where they meet Saw Gerrera, if I'm saying that, right, Saw Gerrera, I think you say, for the first time, there was like this CGI alien. It had like this, tentacle that wrapped around someone's neck. I know it's a small thing, but it bothered me. The CGI just didn't look very good, and it would have been better just to make a real prop or something. However, most of it I liked. Big elephant in the room, Jyn Erso. She's not a Mary Sue. At the end, she gets saved by the captain. They have an explanation for why she's so tough. So she's cool. She's fine. I don't like her. I don't hate her. She filled the role as, the person who was the main character, telling the story from her point of view. She was okay. No problem. I also really like that they killed everybody at the end. I would not want them to survive, because then we have the question, where are they in episode 4, episode 5? Will they make an appearance? Blah, blah, blah. They're dead. It was just basically the tale of how the plans get into the hands of Leia. That's fine. They told that tale. And of course, the thing I love about the movie was it served the purpose of clearing up that little plot hole about the Death Star and why it was so easy to explain. I also like the world building. I like that Jedha was in it. They had like those big Jedi statues, although they didn't really actually have any lightsaber battles, Jedi vs. Sith, stuff like that. It was just nice having that whole world. And, I like Baze. I think it's Baze Malbus is how you say it, and Ewit Chirrut. These goddamn names. You guys know who I mean. The Asian dude and his friend. They were really cool. I heard some mixed feelings about him, about his, Force Miracle at the end, when he was, kind of dodging lasers without trying, but I was cool with it. That's the kind of mysterious stuff about the Force I could let go. Not everything needs explanation in that way, especially when it's, a minor character. And, of course, it did feel like a Star Wars movie, kind of had that feel, and, people say about the sequel trilogy, they had a Star Wars feel, and I think that's why a lot of people jumped and said they were better than the prequels right after they saw the movies, because I do admit, in one way, just on the very, very surface, the way the cinematography was and things like that, they do have a Star Wars feel. Of course, I don't like the sequels. I'm sure anyone who's subscribed here knows that, but I will say, the way they felt, the way they looked, and things like that had some kind of Star Wars feel. I like to describe it as fine wine with piss, because you did have a fine wine feel as far as movie making and production, but the characters kind of mixed in there, put a little piss in the wine. Anyway, I'll probably get a dislike for that. I don't care, that's my opinion. And for those who are wondering, the CGI Leia didn't bother me personally. I thought it worked pretty well. She looked good, she kind of looked like Leia. It was only 1 second. Like I said, they didn't have to zoom in so close on her face, but I think it was okay. It basically worked for me. I wasn't, pulled out of the movie or I didn't cringe in it. It was okay. I also did like that space battle. That was kind of cool. It just had a nice classic Star Wars feel. And yeah, like I said, mostly things I liked about Rogue One, and just a couple of things that bothered me a little bit. You guys let me know in the comments what you thought of Rogue One. I think I know already. I always kind of know already, but I usually hear something that I haven't quite heard before. So let me know what you think of it, characters you like, stuff like that. Ending the video here. Special thanks to all the new subscribers. Channel's growing little by little. I do shoutouts, special thanks, and I will see you next time.